Hello there, very good afternoon. You're joining Lunchtime News here on MTV Sports. Starting with your headlines. The launch of Sri Lanka's first ever communications satellite delayed due to adverse weather conditions. 3 individuals attempting to smuggle currency worth 10.5 million rupees arrested by airport officials. Israel warns Hamas that it will react if the ceasefire agreement is violated. Now to those stories in detail. The Supreme Court has ordered the Attorney General to make submissions on the writ application with regard to the examination of the impeachment against Chief Justice Dr. Shirani Bandaranaike during the course of the day. The Supreme Court issued this order when the 9 petitions that were referred to it by the Court of Appeal was taken up this morning. Justice Nimal Gamini Amaratunga observed that only the petitioners were present in court. Justice Amaratunga stated that it was important to seek the views of the Attorney General as well in this regard. Taking this into consideration, the Supreme Court directed the court registrar to issue notice on the Attorney General to appear in court without delay. The Supreme Court stated that since a determination needed to be given urgently, court will reconvene at 1:30 this afternoon. The petition sought a determination from court that the Parliamentary Select Committee appointed to examine the impeachment motion did not possess judicial powers. The petitions were directed to the Supreme Court for an interpretation of the Constitution. The launch of Sri Lanka's first ever communications satellite has been hampered by adverse weather conditions. Aerospace engineer Rohit Rajapaksa says that the satellite was due to be launched from the Zhejiang Satellite Center in China later today. However, the launch has now been delayed by about 5 days.
Today's satellite launch will be delayed from 5 to 6 days due to the debris environmental issues out of space. There are some disturbances. Because of that, it will have to be delayed and there is no such problems in the payload or the vehicle. So we are expecting to get the reports tomorrow morning. So probably after that we'll be able to confirm the date and a time.
Minister of Public Administration and Home Affairs W.D.J. Senivaratna says that there is a possibility of the country falling back into a precipice if the 13th Amendment is abolished. The minister made this statement at the news conference held yesterday.
The 13th Amendment has served this country well. When this nation was divided, the 13th Amendment was the reassuring factor. There are shortcomings in the 13th Amendment and they need to be fixed. If the 13th Amendment is abolished, then we need another amendment that will promote unity among the people to replace it. If we revoke the amendment without a suitable replacement, it will push this country back into a precipice.
රටේ විශාල ජාතික අගාධිත තත්ත්වයක් නැවත ඇති වෙන්න පුළුවන්.
An unidentified group had attacked the residence of the chairman of the Suryavava Pradeshiya Sabha last night. Suryavava Pradeshiya Sabha chairman Sujit Muthukumarna stated that the group had arrived on motorbikes at his residence in Viharagala and carried out the attack.
The chairman of the Suryavava Pradeshiya Sabha stated that the attack took place at around 11:15 last night. When I was in the washroom, I heard a loud sound. I came out and asked my mother what it was, and she said that we were under attack. Since my kids were at home, I got them to a safer place inside the house. When the group heard my voice, they started attacking in my direction and broke all the windows. When we made inquiries, the Suryavava police stated that investigations are already commenced in this regard. Well, 3 Indian nationals who were attempting to smuggle a stock of foreign currency have been arrested by airport officials.
Deputy Superintendent of the Customs Vimal P. Sumana said that the 3 individuals had tried to conceal the currency within their bodies. Amongst the currency were 1,000 Swiss franc notes and 500 euro notes. The individuals were attempting to transport the currency to Singapore. The total value of the stock is said to be 10.5 million rupees. Deputy Director of the Customs Stanley Senaratna has confiscated the cash and ordered a fine of 100,000 rupees for each of the arrested individuals.
Minister of Agriculture Mahinda Apabewardena has requested farmers to use water sparingly. He stated that the Mahavil reservoirs do not contain sufficient water at present. Therefore, citing the need for water during the Yala season, the minister requested farmers to use water sparingly. If we do not have sufficient water in the reservoirs in the future, we might have difficulties during the next Yala season. This will affect people who engage in farming close to the Mahaveli reservoirs, as there is insufficient water comparing to other reservoirs. So it will be better if farmers use water cautiously, keeping the next Yala season in mind. Still in your local news, food and water have been sent to the workers on board the ship Sag Sirius, which is being anchored off the coast of Panadura due to a lawsuit filed by a Singaporean company. Director General of Trade and Shipping Ajit Senaviratne stated that food and water sufficient for a fortnight have been sent to the ship. He stated that 16 workers are currently on board the ship. Ajit Senaviratne added that they could not intervene with regard to the workers as the ship was flying the flag of another country. Moving on, the Disaster Management Centre says that the floods experienced in the Matali district have now begun receding. However, our correspondent said that the Akurugod area in Matara is still underwater. The area was inundated following heavy rains experienced yesterday. Our correspondent said that low-lying areas in Kamburupitiya, Kodava and Mapulana have been inundated. Now, news first. Got to know of a heartbreaking story where a young boy had died after falling into a toilet pit in the Thanamalvila area.
The deceased is 5-year-old A.V. Shashan Chaturanga, who is from the Hambegamu area in Thanamalvila. Shashan, who was the youngest in a family of 3, was to start his school career next year. Shashan, who had been playing in the garden after returning from preschool yesterday, was found to be missing at around 1 p.m. when his mother arrived home from work. The only people at home during this time had been Shashan's brother and sister. Following a thorough search with the assistance of the neighbors, Shashan's lifeless body was recovered from a freshly dug toilet pit. The pit had been filled with around 3 feet of water due to the rain experienced in the area. Though Shashan was rushed to the hospital, it was all too late.
Area residents in the vicinity of the Nilgala Reserve have been severely inconvenienced by the dumping of garbage collected from the Bibile area. They point out that they face several health issues due to this situation.
The Bibile Pradeshya Sabha disposes its garbage in the Puak Palais area, which comes under the purview of the Nilgala Reserve. Due to this, residents of the Akirian Kumbura, Puak Palais and Radhaliyad areas have been severely inconvenienced. Area residents claim that this garbage has increased the spread of flies and mosquitoes in the area.
Even at a special event, we can't serve any food. We can't keep anything in this shop. We can't keep any food or drink because of the flies. Also, because the garbage attracts wild elephants, it is no longer safe to travel on the roads at night. People who stay in their houses are also at risk.